Thank you for joining the NHTSA Community Traffic Safety two-part webinar series. Today we're going to cover Webinar 1, Tips for Navigating and Using the Website as a Practical Resource Tool. We're going to cover three basic areas for you today: navigating the new Community Traffic Safety website, effectively assessing key information, as well as using information to efficiently communicate with other stakeholders. As you can see, we have our agenda up for you. We're going to have a regional perspective presented by Mary Damon in a few minutes, who's the Regional Program Manager for NHTSA Region 8, followed by Irene Harris and Dezzy Dixon, part of the CMI team that will walk through the navigation segment for the website. And then we will move on with the rest of the webinar for you. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Paul Bauer, who is our NHTSA headquarters.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. We're really excited to share this webinar, the first of two, with you. And on behalf of NHTSA headquarters in Washington, D.C., and our 10 regional offices throughout the country, we're happy to present this to you. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass the baton over to Mary Damon.
Hi, everyone. I've been asked to speak to where we've been, where we are, and what we want to accomplish from a regional office perspective. So, where we've been. In all honesty, the old website was underutilized for a couple of reasons. Number one, it was really difficult to find. And if you did find it, number two, you probably returned because the program information was horribly organized, dated, missing altogether. There were many, many issues. We are. Our was newly assigned to the old Safe Communities program and looked at all of that program area with fresh eyes. She subsequently brought the regional offices to the table because not only do we know some of the issues as end users ourselves, but also hear from our states, and we could represent their perspectives as well. For a number of months, problems and ideas were discussed and discussed, and ultimately the focus was on the website. It's my understanding that many of the recommendations that were discussed over time have been implemented. Others will require a little more time to develop and probably some more money to develop. The website today is newly formatted and mindful of the needs of the customer and what we want to accomplish. In my view, from a regional office perspective, three things come to mind. First of all, it's important to host a website that's responsive to the needs of its many users. This highway safety offices, coalitions, partners and stakeholders, government entities, and more. Number two, it's important to establish the Community Traffic Safety Resource Center website as a destination of choice for the highway safety community, where it must be easy, accessible, informative, and current. And thirdly, it's important to hear from visitors to the website, whether it's a suggestion for improvement or a best practice sharing. Are the regional comments? Thank you so much. And we're on to viewing the website.
Hi, my name is Irene Harris, and I will be showing you how to navigate the Resource Center and where to find the valuable resources. What I want to do is give you a full tour of the site so you know exactly what you have at your disposal. You know what you have and where to find it. We believe that ultimately you will be able to move more efficiently communicate with key stakeholders, and that you will have the potential to make all processes in your region or community more efficient and effective. Access the homepage. You will notice there are three components: a sidebar, a right bar, and a center. The left bar belongs to the official NHTSA site. And when you click on any of these, it will take you away from the community traffic safety site. That being said, we want to encourage you to look at these pages as additional resources for your communities. The right bar is the Community Traffic Safety Navigation bar that will help you find your information you are looking for on this site. There is where the information will display itself. On all pages, you will find the orange Community Traffic Safety logo under the right navigation bar. It will direct you back to the home page, along with a few featured NHTSA campaign ads and slogans for your reference. On this page, you will see that there are 3 parts. First, we have the site objectives, top of the screen. We also have a brief overview of what a Community Traffic Safety Coalition is for those who are unfamiliar with the program and what it involves. And have a featured Community Traffic Safety Coalition. In this case, the San Antonio Traffic Jam Coalition serves as a model for other coalitions. Finally, we have a featured NHTSA campaign that we believe will advance the cause of many of your coalitions. The campaign featured here is Safety in Numbers, which is a program that nationally tracks traffic safety initiatives. The last 2 are featured, meaning they're not necessarily permanent features of the site, but can be updated as new information is submitted. The right sidebar is divided into 4 categories. Here we have Explore, Partnerships, Town Square, and Product Shop. I'll give a tour of each of these resources found in Explore and Partnerships, and then turn it over to Dezzy, who will discuss what is found in Town Square and the Product Shop. So here we have the Explore navigation tool, which is used to discover more about community traffic safety, such as general tips for building and sustaining a coalition, as well as in-depth processes and activities for coalitions to follow for various initiatives. The category also contains information for federal, state, and regional contacts. So, review page. Here we see that, first we see these pictures, these flashing pictures. Many of these pages have pictures that have been submitted from various regions or programs and initiatives. This picture depicts the Florida District 7 Community Traffic Safety Team Walk Wise Conference, and we will change those pictures as we get new submissions. The overview page is reference for those who wish to learn more about the history of the Community Traffic Safety model. The top half of the page gives a brief history of both national and international models of the Community Traffic Safety Program. At the bottom of the page, there's more information about the World Health Organization, which established the Safe Communities model for international communities and serves as the model for NHTSA's Community Traffic Safety programs. Partnerships defines and characterizes community traffic safety coalitions and explains why working at the community level is so important for developing and implementing traffic safety program initiatives. Next, we have building coalitions. This page is directed towards those who are looking to start a community traffic safety program in their community. First, we define the basic elements necessary for implementing a coalition in your community, and then we provide easily accessible resources that members of the community can download or order for free. Next, we have processes and activities. This provides further information about existing processes and activities on both an administrative level and for your coalitions. You can click either of these wheels to learn more about each of these processes. The administrative processes page will help each coalition identify stakeholders, volunteers, funding types, and existing local data. This page provides the general steps of the coalition to implementing measures and evaluating your efforts. The activities page is accessed from the activity page is accessed by this wheel. It contains tried and true practices from each field of the field of each NHTSA's traffic safety program, such as alcohol and impaired driving, occupant protection, distracted driving, speed management, and motorcycle safety. For these programs, there's a short description containing the existing policies and federal legislation, organizational practices, existing coalitions and networks who can serve as potential partners, available community information and education, and steps to evaluate your program. For example, for alcohol and impaired driving, you have all of these listed: policies, organizational practices, coalitions and networks, all of that, and it's for every single category, such as occupant protection, distracted driving, aggressive driving, etc. Have sustaining coalitions. This page is an overview of where to find funding for your coalitions and some resources to contact that have a history of assisting grant seekers and nonprofit organizations. Here you can access a brief article from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services that gives general tips for funding your coalition, such as searching locally or finding organizations whose ideas line up with your own. Then we have a list of 10 or so organizations who are known for contributions or will assist in grant funding. You can click on any of these company logos or their hyperlinks to access the website for more information on each organization's policies regarding funding. At the page, you'll notice it says the page is a work in progress. The link that allows individuals or coalitions to seek further information about funding or share their success stories with the Resource Center so that we can add more helpful information to this page to share with other coalitions. Finally, we have the Contact Us. This page provides you the contact information for state highway safety offices and Federal Highway Administration field offices. From these pages, you can easily click on your state name or region on the map to find your local information. It also encourages coalitions to get in contact with the regional community traffic safety liaisons if necessary. Each of the 10 regions is listed, and when you click on a contact name, a draft email will open with the regional liaison's email address. There is a child safety inspection locator that allows you to enter your zip code and find the nearest inspection location. Next, we'll move to partnerships. Each of the pages provide details or links of potential partners for your program or community traffic safety coalitions. The option of viewing individual coalitions, multicultural organizations, NHTSA regions, or national injury prevention partners. Depending on your initiative, these partners can provide valuable resources for your regions and coalitions. So we have state coalitions and links. We call the who, what, and where in community traffic safety because we'll be able to answer each of these questions given the information on this page. The directory, which is updated annually and is last updated in 2014. The full community traffic safety liaison listing for regions 1 through 10. The location and contact information, staff, and regional offices. And they're listed by region. Region 1, Region 2, Region 3. These are the community traffic safety liaison listings. And then here we have the number of coalitions in the country, throughout the country, listed, and then we have them listed by region, including the contact name, city, state, and organization name. And they're also listed per region. Coalition websites list links to existing coalition websites. Thank you. The list of existing coalition websites categorized by the 10 regions, in addition to military and international website links. Clicking on any of these links will lead you directly to the coalition's website for further information. We have regions 1 through 10, and then a section for military and international at the bottom. Sites of existing coalitions. Many of these links lead to the Facebook pages of these coalitions. We want to encourage the use of social media and the community traffic safety programs to keep community members engaged in local initiatives. have MultiCultural Organization. It provides information regarding potential multicultural partners for your regions and coalitions, including organizations and programs for Hispanic Americans, African Americans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders, and other special groups, such as the Girls and Boys Club of America. Most of these organizations have similar goals to yours and are more than willing to help you make an impact in the community. We feel that each of these groups will make excellent teaming partners for certain initiatives. Next, we have NHTSA regions and states. This link is part of the official NHTSA website rather than the Community Traffic Safety Resource Center. We felt it was important for you to have easily accessible to you, since it provides contact information for each of the regions and important state agencies. The link will open a page in a new window, and you can see here it provides a map of the regions and then a listing of the states. So you can any state or region to get contact information for the state highway office and state DMV. Many states even have further information for highway patrol offices, state DOTs, state police, and other important contact information pertaining to traffic safety. And then we have National Injury Prevention Partners. This page provides links for national and international traffic safety and injury prevention organizations provided by the Governor's Highway Traffic Safety Association and other resources that provide tools such as reports and evaluation techniques for your coalition. These programs are provided on a national and international scale and not at the community level. Many of these partners have common goals and can be important resources depending on your initiative. I will now turn it over to Dezzy Dixon, who will talk about the town square and product shop.
Again, this is Dezzy Dixon, your Community Resource Center coordinator, and I'm very excited about this project. And as you see from what the previous speakers have said, we have done a lot of work on this, and we're all very proud to be able to offer this information to you. The areas that I'm going to cover are the town square and product shop. Under town square, this is a location in a town where the community comes together to share activities, networking, and exchange of information. And so under town square, we bring to you news and archives, ideas, coalition activities, training and events, and mobilizations. Under newsletters and archives, you'll see that we have the current newsletter as well as other newsletters that were presented during the current year. Then look at the archives. The archives are a collection of various newsletters that we felt would be very informative to visitors as far as learning what other regions are doing, because we did go in and we did some special highlights of, for example, Region 4, Region 8, and Region 10. We also talked about different events such as EMS, the hazards of being a first responder, and so forth. And so this is an area where we also ask for contributions from the coalitions and the regions so that we can share this information in our newsletters. Next item under Town Square is Fresh Ideas. Fresh Ideas is exciting because this is another vehicle for sharing information on successful campaigns and projects. When time and cost are major factors in promoting campaigns, getting information on a project that works with all the design, the layout, and instructions can really help to expedite the delivery and cost savings benefits of projects that can be reimagined. So in this particular incident, what we're looking at is what we call mocktails. And what mocktails are they are non-alcoholic beverages. And so what happens in this particular incident is where Region 4, they have a competition where vendors are invited to, and when I say vendors, I'm talking about partners, the fire department, the schools, partners of the coalition are invited to come in and bring their best tales forward. And so what they do is they set up a booth, they have a list of the recipes of the mocktails they're going to be serving, as well as they really go out to really decorate their booths. At the end of the day, what's collected by the judges is the recipes that the visitors enjoyed, as well as which booth they thought was exciting and had the most variety, and they also sometimes provide other treats like cookies, cakes, and things like that. And in this situation, what has happened, they take all of the recipes and they combine them in a book and they put it out for distribution, and there is no cost. So trying to replicate something like this is very effective, and it's very has a big cost savings factor to it. Under coalition activities, opportunity for coalitions and partners to kind of what we say, toot your horn. Section lets everyone know who you are, your mission, your goals and activities, successful campaigns, and future projects. In this section, we have highlighted the Brazos Valley Injury Prevention Coalition, Greater Cleveland Safe Communities, Santa Clara County, as well as Safer New Mexico. The Valley Injury Prevention Coalition brings together a college and surrounding communities. They're a small organization, but they are very active, and their story is right there for you to read. The Greater Cleveland Safe Communities Coalition, they are one of over 30 different coalitions in the state of Ohio, and they also incorporate multiple counties, including the Cuyahoga County, which serves over 1.3 million people. Next coalition that we featured here is Safety Communities Network, and they are in Santa Clara County, California. They serve a population over 1.6 million, and they are one of our coalitions that have been in existence for over 20 years. Then we have the Safe New Mexico Now Coalition, which is more of a resource center for the state of New Mexico. They service all of the county community traffic safety coordinators. They provide resources as well as product information and support to all of these coordinators. Each agency, as you see, has a tremendous impact on the communities they serve and have received national recognition for their work. You too can share your coalition stories here. Next section, under Town Square, is training and events. Throughout the year, injury prevention agencies offer forums on learning about the latest and greatest in reducing injuries. This is new to our website, and we'll provide a schedule of upcoming webinars, networking, and education opportunities, so be sure to come back to this area for more information. We also mention the Community Anti-Drug Coalition of America Coalition, CADCA, as well as Community Toolbox, which is a program created by the University of Kansas. And each of these offer training, online training. CADCA also at times will have training specifically for certain areas, and we'll send out a notification. And so what we will do is we will post that here. You will also find information on the current webinars that we are doing posted on this, and you can come back to see that information. Okay, the next section is mobilizations and crackdowns. A section features 2 priority programs, impaired driving and seatbelt campaigns. Here you can find at a glance the upcoming dates for these events, as well as click it or ticket logos, and see what other information NHTSA has available to help communities and partners with their campaign efforts. So if you click logos, it will take you to a NHTSA page for that particular program. For example, buzzed driving is drunk driving, and that will take you to the impaired driving NHTSA page, which is also listed over in the left-hand side. That page gives you is not only the current information with the dates, it will also take you to the traffic safety marketing, where you'll find more current information. On the page you can also see calling all communities to plan for upcoming mobilizations, and it gives a little short story on the Cuyahoga Coalition, and it gives contact information should your coalition want to know some best practices and how you can expedite and affordably promote your campaign. And then at the bottom it talks about advertising support for DWI mobilizations. Okay, the next category that I'll cover is the product shop. Product shop is a collection of information and materials on all NHTSA traffic safety programs. The first that we have here to demonstrate is the NHTSA materials catalog. What the catalog here offers is of information on all of the NHTSA traffic safety programs. What you can see here on the left, there's a search engine that allows you to type in the name of the product you're interested in, if you have the catalog number, or if you only want to look by the particular categories. You are required to register on this site to receive information. All of the information you receive is free of cost. Okay. Next category is the Community Toolbox. What the Toolbox is, it's all of the information for promoting community traffic safety that has been collected and put on a resource library, a CD. The CD can be ordered free of charge, and as you can see, there is a list of all of the particular items on the CD. This that I'm hovering over right now is called the folios. And you can see it talks about an introduction to the Safe Communities model. It talks about how to measure your effectiveness, on down to partnering in small towns and in rural areas. And what these are, they are documents that were developed by our seasoned practitioners out in the field. So some of them may specifically state safe communities, but it's all geared towards community traffic safety. We also have our Community Assessment Toolkit, which is a Excel application that helps you capture injuries in your community. It identifies the top 3 injuries, and then it breaks it down further to what types of injuries are causing the most problems in your community. We have a coalition timeline that takes you from day 1 all the way through the end of your first year, as well as doing evaluations. And then we have a PowerPoint presentation that is a generic presentation that you can take and modify to be able to use to recruit members for your coalition, or even to recruit financial investors for your coalition. The resource library. The resource library has a very, very long list of documents and information that we have identified that is helpful to coalitions to be able to build your organization, to identify goals and strategies, to creating activities, all the way through doing your evaluation and reporting on the outcomes. As you can see here, and let me scroll back up to the top, it also has a link to the NHTSA Office of Behavioral Safety Research. And this particular document will take you to the NHTSA website for that department, and it lists all of the different categories of traffic safety also, and then it lists all of their products by the year that they were developed, so you can see the most current on the top. Under the Community Traffic Safety Resource Library, again, we have from aggressive driving to older driving, and almost all of the documentation is downloadable, and again, like I said, it's free of charge. The resource library, we have the NHTSA Image Library, and I'm going to go on and click on that so that you can see that access images on this site. You can either go by the number, if you know the number for the category you want, or you can search by category. It shows all of the different NHTSA, and you just hover over the one you want. Then you click the Get Keywords. It'll give you a list of keywords. You can select one or you can select them all, and then it will take you to the images. There are thousands of images on this site. The next is the traffic safety marketing, and I'm sure you're all familiar with the traffic safety marketing. It's NHTSA's central location for marketing its traffic safety programs. It covers everything. Like right now, it's covering St. Patrick's Day on through to Cinco de Mayo, and as you keep going back, you'll find information that takes you all the way through December to the impaired driving programs. It gives you a list of best practices. You get sample documents like sample letters for there or for the newspaper. It gives you brochures as well as online brochures. And then we have the parent portal, which is one-stop shopping for car seats, teen drivers, helmets, bicycles, and campaigns such as heat stroke. The safety in numbers, and as Irene mentioned, that link is located on the home page. And what it does is it addresses the latest products that provide newsletters on current traffic safety campaigns, and it also has a stats of the week section. The site uses NHTSA's new and improved crash dummies to guide the way to safety information. And I'm going to turn this back over to Irene.
Okay. Dezzy, I'll take over. Thank you, Mary, Irene, and Dezzy. As part of today's webinar, you've had the opportunity to submit your questions throughout the presentation. We will post your questions and responses on the NHTSA website shortly. If you have additional questions or you still have time to submit them today. What you need to do is follow the prompt on your screen, and we will record those. And as I mentioned, we will get that information back to you. Today, we've given you an overview of the website. You all do great work in your communities throughout the country. Our goal has been to provide you with resources such as the website to support you in your efforts to make a difference. I highly encourage you to use this information on the website and share it with others in your region. Also, you can go back on later when we post this on the website and refer back to it as a refresher. This information may also be useful to other partner organizations as well. Now, I'm Royland Reed, also part of the CMI team. It's been a pleasure for our team to serve you. And with that, I'll turn it over to Paula Bauer, who has some additional information to share with you. Paula?
Yes, hi. Thank you. Again, I just want to specifically big thank you to Royland, Irene, Dezzy, and Mary for today's webinar and for all the great work that you all do for making today possible. So we talked a lot about how to get through the different website offerings, but we didn't talk about how you get to the website. So I want to make sure that you all know how to find this to begin with. You need to go onto the NHTSA homepage, and at the top of your screen now, I think you'll see the actual link there. It's www.nhtsa.gov. And once you click on that, you'll get our homepage. And there's again, a reminder, there's two different ways for you to find the Community Traffic Safety website off this page. Either you hover over that driving safety link right at the top of your page, which they're doing right now, and you scroll down, you'll see Community Traffic Safety there, and click on it. Or there's on that left sidebar that Irene had mentioned to you before, down there at the bottom is Community Traffic Safety as well. So that's how you actually get to this site. I wanted to reiterate that we will be collecting and adding a frequently asked question section onto the website. We certainly encourage you all to give us your feedback. Tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like so much, tell us what is missing. That's how we can make this a tool that's best serving you all. I also want to encourage you to send us your pictures. This is your website, and a lot of people want to see what other people are doing, so it's really helpful when you see your own face up there or want to share that with other people. So please feel free to send us your pictures. Oftentimes we do require a photo release. We live in that day, unfortunately, that people want to make sure that they have a release and we have their permission for posting their lovely picture on our website. So just go ahead and contact me, Paula Bauer, and I'll be happy to walk you through that. And certainly we'd also like to take some of your pictures and put it on our image library as well. I just want to finally remind you and invite you to join us for our second webinar. We're very excited about this one, How to Build and Sustain a Coalition to Achieve Long-Term Success. That'll be Thursday, March the 6th at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And just like this webinar, we will be taping it and posting it on our website so that if you cannot join us, you can go ahead and refer back to it in the future on our website. So again, I want to thank you all for joining us. A special thank you to our team, to the regions, the regional offices, to the highway safety offices, to all of our states, and of course to you all, our coalitions. Without you, we could not further our agenda here, which is to impact traffic safety, decreasing our injuries and fatalities in our local communities. So thank you again, and we'll see you soon.